Hello and welcome to Never Seen It. It's a podcast about movies that we've never seen. My name is Trent. I'm here with my wife, Betsy.
Hi.
And if that wasn't a good indicator as to what our current health situation is, I don't know what else we could say. So today we're going to do something a little bit different, simply because of our collective sickness, let's say. It's not COVID. We got tested. We're negative. It's fine. But yeah, it's just a cold.
But I sound like a teenage boy, so
Yeah.
didn't think we'd make it through an entire movie podcast.
Yeah, so
today of all days.
So today, this is coming out on January 2nd of 2022. And we thought it would be a good idea to kind of do our own awards.
A retrospective.
Our end of year retrospective of 2021 and all of the movies that we saw.
No awards are being issued.
Yes.
You will not be receiving anything in the mail.
No. And because we really like watching the Oscar nominated movies and whatnot, why not have our own awards? So,
Sure.
hey, why not? It's the first annual Never Seen It awards show.
Sure.
Yeah.
Whatever we call it.
So we're coming into today with 6 categories. We will go over each category individually as we get to them, but the last category will be our favorite new movie that we saw this year.
Of course, it's individual. We're not sharing this vote.
Correct.
Necessarily.
This is each of our own picks. We have not shown each other what our picks are. We are going to reveal, or we're going to talk about the category. We're going to reveal 3 nominees and 1 winner. This is not a deliberation podcast. We have already come in.
This is pure opinion.
Yes, this is us coming in. We've already chosen. We've already got our nominees and winners. We're just going to talk about them. So.
For what length of time we can, in my condition at least.
Exactly. So, Betsy, first category is most surprising. Now, it's pretty self-explanatory. What movie did you go into not really having a lot of expectations and just coming out blown away?
So I'm going to start with a special recognition.
Okay.
And this is for the action movies we watched. The Tango and Cash, The Demolition Man.
Okay,
and RoboCop.
All right.
And what was the other? No, those were the 3. Because
we did Triple X.
Well, those specifically.
Okay, like the 80s, 90s
the
action
80s,
movies.
90s action
All
movies.
Right, I gotcha.
I have a big blind spot for those movies, and I thoroughly enjoyed all 3 of them, which surprised the hell out of me.
All right.
So I categorize those as one thing, but they're not actually my 3 nominees. I just wanted to call it out because it surprised me.
That's fair.
So the 3 I picked were The Father.
Okay.
Basic Instinct.
Okay.
And Drive.
All right.
Because I walked out of those 3 very, very surprised at what the hell I just watched and how much I enjoyed it. And they're all 3 very different movies.
Yeah.
For which I had varying degrees of expectation.
Okay. What's your winner?
Of the 3, I think that my winner would probably be Drive.
Okay.
Because I had heard it was really good, but with little to no context.
You didn't know how.
I didn't know what it was.
Yeah.
And then I watched it and I was like, holy crap. Like, if you listen to that podcast, it's the shortest one or one of the shortest ones we've done.
It is the shortest one, yeah.
Not because we hated it, but because it's one of those you just have to watch.
It just hits you over the head with how good it is.
Yes.
And it's like, what? Yeah. I just did that. You watched that. What?
So I think for me, Drive was the most surprising movie we watched.
All right, fair enough.
Last year.
Similar kind of thing. I had, for most surprising, Smokey and the Bandit, Palm Springs, and Basic Instinct. So again, very, very different. I had never seen any of those movies.
Yeah. And we should mention, these are movies that we haven't seen personally.
Yeah.
So we omitted anything that one of us had already seen.
Right. So like Betsy had seen Smokey and the Bandit.
Yes.
She could not have considered that for this award.
Yes.
But I can because I hadn't seen it. All right. Good to clarify that. So Basic Instinct, Smokey and the Bandit, and Palm Springs. Very different movies. Palm Springs I put on here because, I knew it was going to be good, but I didn't know like how much I was going to enjoy it. You know, I like Andy Samberg, I like all these people in the movie, but it's like, damn, I really, really enjoyed that. So, Smokey and the Bandit, again, one of these classic movies that's been around forever. I knew it was gonna be, kind of corny, but at the same time, maybe it was gonna be a little bit dated. It's not. It's pretty damn good.
It could have aged very badly.
Yeah, there's only a couple of like troublesome things in it, and in reality, it was probably one of the best movies that I saw. And
how many times have you watched it since then?
I mean, I bought the damn 4K disc like 2 weeks after we watched it for the first time because it was like on super duper sale. And so I own Smokey and the Bandit now. I never knew I was going to ever do that in my life. I thought it was going to be like this fucking like hillbilly ass like backwoods comedy that only schmucks would like. No, that's a great damn movie. So, and finally, Basic Instinct is my winner. Because
it was close for me.
I had no idea it was going to be that incredible.
It was pretty awesome.
I mean, we did that for our fucking smut series, thinking it was just going to be a bunch of butts and sex and boobs and whatever.
And I mean, it was.
It was, but there was a good movie around all that stuff.
It was noir. Who the hell knew?
What the hell? Why didn't anybody tell me that movie was amazing?
So there you go.
So yeah, that's our best surprise, our most surprising of the year.
So the next category we decided on is kind of the opposite side of the same coin.
Yep.
Is the most disappointing movie. And that can mean a myriad of things. But Trent, what were your movies that you deemed the most disappointing of what we watched last year?
Yeah, so like Betsy said, it's just the opposite end. Like, what movie did you have high hopes for going in and walked away feeling, oh man, that's it's not that it was bad. It's like you really wanted it to be better. Mm-hmm. The three movies I had were The Eternals, one of the more recent Marvel movies, and Betsy and I really like the Marvel movies. We're big Marvel people in this house.
Yes.
So to go out of an Eternals movie kind of feeling underwhelmed and feeling a little bit confused by it. And now I understand that it was like, one of the first movies after the end of whatever that last phase was with Thanos and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, all of it is just set up, and there's hardly any payoff. So that was one of them. The second one is Field of Dreams.
Okay.
Yeah, so I think the reason why I was disappointed by that one is that, it was this movie that was just lauded over decades and decades.
Nominated for Best Picture. We just recently were reminded ourselves.
Yeah. And I come out of it saying, yeah, that was okay. Did it blow my mind? Like, it wasn't Field of Dreams. It wasn't like this thing that blew me away.
Yeah.
And maybe it would have if I watched it when it was brand new. But, sitting here in 2021, seeing that movie for the first time, it's like, yeah, that was okay. This guy really liked baseball. That was...
It wasn't bad. You just were kind of, eh.
Yeah. So I was expecting this grand thing, and it was just people throwing some balls around in a field. And my winner was Solo.
Okay.
So I kind of had my expectations low already going into Solo. Being a Star Wars person and knowing what I knew about it going in, I wanted to like it more than what it was willing to give me, if that makes any sense. Mm-hmm. I wanted to like it. I was really trying to like it. And by the end, it still disappointed me. It has Star Wars in the damn title.
It's characters you know and love.
It's characters that I know and love. It's giving some origin to some of the storylines that I already know. And, I wanted it to be a good side story, much like The Mandalorian is, and Boba Fett's gonna be, and all these other Star Wars offshoots. It just wasn't that. You could have actually made something from this, and you didn't. And I understand
You
that...
pandered too much.
Yeah, and I understand that it had some production problems. It changed directors 15 times or whatever. Yeah, I just came out of it still being very disappointed.
Okay.
So that's my 3. What do you think, Betsy?
Okay. I had kind of a tie, and I put another asterisk by this. So the first one I wrote down was Black Widow.
Yep.
But I also wrote down The Amazing Spider-Man. But.
Okay.
And I think it's because these are both movies that I want to revisit. I don't think I'm going to always have the same opinion about them. But when I finished the movie, I was just kind of like, you know my problems with Black Widow. It's 6 years too late.
Yeah.
Was it a bad movie? No. Did I enjoy it? Yeah. I definitely didn't enjoy it as much as you did.
Sure.
But I think it will just come with time. I think if I give that one more time to stew, I watch it again, the next time we do a rewatch of everything.
Yeah.
Hell, I'll watch it out of order. I'll go watch it where it makes sense.
Yeah.
And then maybe I'll enjoy it more. That's kind of how I felt about that one. And same with Amazing Spider-Man. Like, recently having watched all of the Spider-Man,
Right.
I'm suddenly like, okay, do I need to give this another chance? Because I was disappointed. I felt like they didn't need to exist. So, yeah, I kind of put an asterisk next to both of those because they're kind of the comic book movies.
But at the time, yeah, you were very much underwhelmed.
Yes, I was certainly underwhelmed. I think they could grow on me, though. So that's why I put those as kind of a but, ...
Right.
The other one I wrote down was Minority Report.
All right.
So this movie came out almost 20 years ago. It's still sitting at like 90% on Rotten Tomatoes. And I just didn't get it. Like, it had moments. I think it had a lot of potential. But it just... Remember, we talked about tone. It was just trying to inject weird moments that didn't make sense.
Yeah.
And there were things I actually liked them doing, but then I got confused later, and it just didn't stick the landing for me.
And it's Minority Report. It's
Exactly.
It's a Tom Cruise movie. They're always gonna be like polished to fit like a very wide audience.
And it's Steven Spielberg, and it's
Yeah,
Tom Cruise.
yeah.
And it's a movie that's been around forever that people seem to really like. And
But
I
then you came out of it.
I was just kind of like, eh.
Yeah. All right.
But I did have a distinctive winner, and it's the same as you, Trent. I was the most disappointed in Solo. But I also wrote down, but I knew that I would be.
Yes.
Just because I had heard all of these things about this movie, having problems, it was not well received. I just kind of expected that it wasn't going to be something I'd like.
Yeah.
And it didn't disappoint me that it disappointed me.
Well, I did that.
So yeah, I think in that category, congratulations, Solo, A Star Wars Story, for being our most
Unanimous.
our biggest disappointment.
Unanimous on this podcast. And next category, we're going to stay in the negative side, and we're going to do a little fun one. It is entitled, Movie You Never Want to See Again.
Okay.
Betsy, please enlighten us.
Okay. The first thing I wrote was all 10 Fast and Furious movies in a row. I enjoyed them individually, but watching them as a marathon, I can never do it again.
We had a bit of a break in between.
Oh, but yeah, it was so much. It was so many movies, and it's only going to get worse because they're not done.
Right.
So, yes.
They're going to do at least 2 more.
Count that as all one word, all 10 Fast movies in a row.
All right, fine.
The other one I wrote was Solo, because I
Okay.
was so disappointed that I really don't feel the need to watch it again.
Okay.
I don't think it can redeem itself. In my eyes, I'm okay.
Even revisiting it with all the knowledge that you have.
I am sure that at some point you're going to put it on and I'll be in the room and I'll watch parts of it.
Yeah.
But the desire to sit down and watch it beginning to end is not within me.
All right.
I don't care. I left that so disappointed. I just didn't want to anymore.
Fair enough.
But my winner, movies I never want to see again. Taking the cake at number 1 is Showgirls. I know it's one of those, like, it's so bad if you're just wanting some ridiculous trash, but it's so bad.
it does not redeem.
It's so bad.
The so bad it's good.
No,
it doesn't
it's
get
just
there.
bad and painful for me to watch.
Yeah.
I will spend my time on better things. I would honestly probably be more likely to watch Solo again than Showgirls.
Yeah.
Just because of what it is.
100%.
But yes, Showgirls, I never want to see that again. So yes, those are my picks. And what are your thoughts, Trent?
So I would have chosen Showgirls for my number one, but I had already seen that one.
You've borne this burden twice.
Yes, more than that, in fact.
More than that.
Yes. I ended up choosing 3 different ones. One of them people are going to really figure out very quickly, but I'll go through my 3. First one I wrote down was Hobbs and Shaw.
Yeah.
Now, it wasn't a bad movie, but it doesn't need to exist in any capacity. It did not contribute anything extra to the Fast and Furious franchise.
Nope.
Other than 2 dudes just having another movie together.
You got Helen Mirren.
That's about it. That's about it, guys.
She's the best part.
I never want to see that again. Number 2 is the obvious one, The Goonies.
Yes, you really didn't like The Goonies.
I never want to see that movie again. It sucks. It sucks. That's all I'll say. And my winner.
And by winner, you mean loser.
And by winner, I mean loser. Is Mank.
Fair.
For the reasons that we talked about in that episode, Mank was boring.
Yeah.
You don't get to bore me if I'm paying to see your movie. I don't care if it was on Netflix. But in any kind of capacity, if you're boring me, you cannot keep my attention, man, I'm never going to go back to you.
Fair.
Yeah. Because if I was bored the first time when I'm trying to pay attention and actually make notes for this damn podcast, I'm never going to go back to you and experience that again.
Yeah.
So
that's a valid point.
That's my winner there. Or loser.
So the next category is kind of a shock and awe. How do people like this? I can't believe people like this.
Yeah.
So of the movies we watched, Trent, in 2021, what were your 3?
So yeah, this is just looking back and it's like, damn, this is just weird. Why do people like have a thing about this movie? It doesn't make any sense to me. So my first one was Beetlejuice.
Okay.
No, I didn't hate the movie, but there are people who they have tattoos, they have decorations in their home.
They have intense adoration.
They have a whole thing about Beetlejuice. And the same thing with my next one, Labyrinth. Labyrinth is a movie that should not be beloved by anybody. And they do, and I just don't get it. I don't get it. It's not good. It's not bad, but it's not good. But the one movie I do not understand is one I've already mentioned, is Goonies. Goonies fucking sucks. I'll say it again, it fucking sucks. Yeah. I don't understand why anybody would like that movie. It's so bad.
I think it's one of those that you have to see when you're of a certain age.
Yeah.
And beyond that, there's no way you can get into it.
And I understand that. I'm not going to begrudge anybody who did watch it when they were kids and has a weird obsession with it now.
I think that's also your common thread with the other 2.
It is.
Like
It
David Bowie was people's sexual awakening
right.
in Labyrinth.
Fucking Troll King or whatever the fuck his name is. But I can't get the obsession with any of those 3. Mm-hmm. I just don't get it. It's the same as the Nightmare Before Christmas crowd, which I like that movie. But again, you're grown-ass adults. What the hell, man?
Nostalgia's a hell of a drug.
This stuff is meant for kids. Come on, same thing with Harry Potter. Jesus Christ, stop being so obsessive.
Grow up a little, at least.
Grow up a little.
At least a little.
Oh, anyway, Betsy, what do you think?
So I think I was a little kinder with my choices. But when I was looking at it, I narrowed in on 3. So one of them was Mank.
Yep.
And simply because of the reasons you said, where it's like, this was an Academy Award nominated movie.
Yeah. How did this get through?
I'll give Gary Oldman credit. He was doing his thing.
He was great.
But yeah, it's like, I didn't get it. Mm-hmm. And there were a lot of people who really liked this movie, clearly because of the Oscar voting rules. And there's thousands of people in that Academy.
And I'll say, I think the only reason why it got through the nominations is because it's a movie about Hollywood.
Yeah, probably.
That's about it.
So the one I narrowed in on out of this series was Furious 7.
Okay.
I know a lot of people really like this one because it's the Paul Walker finale. Mm-hmm. But I really just felt like it was kind of ramshackled together.
It was.
It was at times really distracting to me.
Yeah.
They were drawing attention to it when they weren't trying to draw attention to it.
Right.
And it just bothered me. And so I could probably have picked any number of the movies from this series. You could go back to all of those.
You could say, why do people like the Fast and Furious movies?
In general, yes. But if I was going to nitpick, this is the one that I would say, personally, I don't understand it because I think you're maybe holding it in higher regard than it deserves because Paul Walker.
Right.
That is what I'll say about that.
I would agree with you on that.
And then the other one I picked was Resident Evil.
Okay.
Primarily because we watched a movie that was okay. There's 6 more of these damn things. So yeah, they just put another one of these out. I know it's not the same. It's kind of a continuation in some way. It's not Mila Jovovich.
Yeah.
But they just keep making these movies. And none of them are particularly good.
No.
And this one, it wasn't terrible, but it's not a good movie.
No.
So if I were to pick from the 3, I would probably stick with Mank as why do people like it, just because, like you said, it's kind of boring. Like, it's aesthetically pleasing at times, but that's not a reason to like a movie.
And that's your winner?
This one was hard for me, but I'm going to give it to Mank.
Okay. All right, Betsy, next category. This one is ending more on a positive note. This is movie you can't stop thinking about. Which is to say, a movie that has really stayed with you. And like you think about it every so often. It's like, oh, damn, remember that part? Remember this movie? Remember when we watched that movie? Wasn't it awesome? The movies that just kind of stay with you.
Yes.
So what did you say?
Okay, maybe this one is just because we only just saw it, but
Okay.
It's Spider-Man No Way Home. Now, I won't go into reasons because I don't want to spoil things for people who haven't watched it yet.
We're not doing spoilers here.
But just for the 3rd movie in the trilogy, having just watched a whole bunch of the other Spider-Man movies to get ourselves prepared for these villains, it stuck the landing for me. And it was just incredibly well done. And for the last 2 weeks, every couple of days I go, oh man. So we'll see.
I said it in the episode. Like, that's a movie that I never do this, but damn, is that not a movie that I just want to go and see again?
Yes.
Like, immediately.
Yes. Another one I picked was Dune.
All right.
So Dune, again, I could have probably picked that one for a surprising movie because I was surprised how much I liked it.
It is a dense kind of a thing, too.
It is a tome of a book series, and it is a dense movie, and it's easy to miss things.
As they say, it's hard to film. How do you put that to screen?
Right. But I was enthralled. I thought it was beautifully shot.
Yeah.
I was intrigued. I want more. Like, it wet my whistle.
All right.
So I'm here for Dune. But my winner is Midsummer.
Okay.
I have thought about that movie a lot since October when we watched it.
Yeah.
Because I wrote down, I could put that as can't stop thinking about it, but also it was surprising. So again, that was another one where it's just like, I had heard good things.
Yeah.
And it just, again, stuck the landing. I just thought it was so well executed. Like, the way we described it, we did it in sequence, but the movie is not in sequence.
Yeah.
And it's that thing where it gives you a little, and then it gives you more, and then it gives you that thing you've been missing, and then it all makes sense at the end, and I'm just like, holy shit!
The filmmakers there just completely nailed that one.
Yes. So it was not only captivating story, just horrific enough to be traumatizing, but not so traumatizing I'm having nightmares.
But you also can't look away.
But I can't look away. But it's also incredibly beautiful.
And you can't turn your brain off
but it's beautiful, like floral and bright and warm and terrifying.
Yeah.
And yeah, I have not stopped thinking about that movie.
So that's your winner is Midsommar.
Yes.
All right. My three, I'll start with that one. Midsommar is one of mine for the same reasons you just said. It is a beautifully shot movie. It's bright and colorful, but at the same time just dark and sinister.
Yes.
Those are the best kinds of movies where you also don't really know what's going on. You're kind of on this journey with these characters at the same time. Like, you don't know what the deal is. I know there's a cult. Going in, I knew there was a cult. I knew a lot of people died, but I don't know how or why or who of them dies.
Or when.
Or whatever. I knew nothing else. But going in, like, we went and looked up a whole bunch of, like, extra trivia. We found out, oh, these are the hidden things in all these scenes. We went back and watched these scenes again, and we saw things in the background that we didn't see before. It's like, holy shit, this movie is dense.
Yes.
With just all sorts of stuff. It's a fucking masterpiece.
Yes.
I love it. My second one was Nomadland.
Okay.
Yeah. And I think there's not a lot of substance to Nomadland, but I think the movies that really got to me this year were the beautifully shot movies where in Nomadland it is a lot of landscapes and it's just people hanging out talking. And I just kept on thinking about that after we saw it. I think it ended up being number 2 or number 3 of the Oscars for this past season. And, Frances McDormand was great in it. Shit, they went to South Dakota and went to, like, some landmarks that I'm very familiar with. If you're from this part of the country, go and watch Nomadland. You will love it. You will
recognize that place.
You'll recognize the places. And I think it's still on Hulu.
Yeah, it's a Hulu exclusive, so it's going to be there forever.
Yeah, so go and watch it. It's damn good. But my winner, and I'm very surprised you did not have this on your list, was Drive.
I suppose.
Yeah. So you had it as your most surprising, I think. And again, this was just a movie that we were kind of dumbstruck by the end of the movie. Like, it's our shortest episode, and it's because we didn't have a lot to say. It just stayed in my mind. I had no words for it. It just stayed up in my mind, so I could not stop thinking about it after we were done.
And it pops into your head occasionally. You go, shit, that's a good movie.
Damn. And I will say, of all the movies that we've watched this year for the show, I don't know if we've gone back to watch any of them all the way through again. Not together. I think I maybe put on Smokey and the Bandit like halfway through or something.
We watched most of that together.
Yeah.
And we watched John Wick 2 in a hotel room.
That's right. Yeah, we were staying in a hotel, and like we got to within like 5 minutes of the beginning of John Wick 2, and we just laid there watching the entire thing. It was awesome. But yeah, we don't really go back and rewatch movies because we're always watching new stuff. And
we try to anyway.
That's a movie I kind of want to sit down and watch with you again.
Yeah, I think so.
So
then our final category, Trent, and this is all subjective. This is personal preference.
Yep.
So what was your favorite thing that we watched together that was new to you in 2021?
So again, this is our top 3. It's not in order. The first couple, the runners-up, if you will, was Midsommar as one of them. We just said all the things about it. I don't understand how a movie like that can be so good. I don't like movies like that. I don't like thrillers. I don't like scary movies. I don't like slasher movies. But that one got me. It got me hard.
Yep.
Number 2 was No Time to Die. The newest James Bond.
Interesting.
Yeah. I've gone back and thought about that some more. I might have even put it on my movies that I always think about. But yeah, I think they just stuck the landing so well. And if you haven't listened to that podcast, you haven't seen the movie, go and watch it. It's really good. Even if you haven't seen all of the James Bond
you don't
with
really
Daniel
need,
Craig.
You don't need all the context.
No, you really don't. But yeah, I think they just stuck the landing with him so well. I'm not going to spoil anything here, but damn. And my number one, Betsy, my number one of 2021 is Promising Young Woman. We haven't mentioned it so far in the episode so far, but yeah, it ended up being my number 2 of that Oscar season, under The Father. Now, The Father I chose as number 1 for a completely different reason. For those Oscar movies, I thought The Father spoke to me more than any of the other ones. This is about favorite movies. Yes. Not which ones deserve to be like number 1 on a list. This is my favorite one.
Yep.
And Promising Young Woman fucked me up in a number of different ways. And I think just the performances by all the actors, the story, like I mentioned in the episode that I can't believe they let her make this movie. How it got funded, how it got filmed, like how the hell did this even get made? Because these movies don't get made. And if they do, they're like little indie films, they're revenge films and whatever else.
Yeah, you don't get a whole lot of revenge movies, certainly not led by women.
Yeah, not from the female perspective.
And they certainly don't get nominated for Academy Awards.
No. So, yeah, that was my favorite movie of the year.
All right, then.
Betsy, what were your 3?
So I kind of went through that list several times, and I think the harder bit for me for this category is so many of them I had seen already. So it's like there's plenty of those movies I love.
Yeah, you had fewer movies to go by.
I did.
Yeah.
So if we're going strictly off of movies that I had not seen, I really liked Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings.
All right.
So that was one I put on the list.
Okay.
Because, and I talked about this in the episode too, it is like the best fight scenes that they have done in a Marvel movie.
Yeah.
It is a true martial arts action movie. And that was really cool. And it was funny. It was dark at times. It was beautiful. It was quirky. It had so many good qualities. And I had no idea about this character before I started. And by the end, I was very invested.
Yeah.
So yes, I would rank that one as one of my favorites. I also, I'm debating. I'm so torn, Trent. So I'll tell you the 2 that I have it down to. One of them is Midsummer.
Okay.
Because genuinely, all of the reasons I said before, it surprised me. It has stuck with me. It was absolutely incredible. I have not stopped thinking about it.
It's infected you.
It is just in there, and I want to revisit it. The other one I put was Promising Young Woman. For all the reasons you said.
That's why we're married, guys.
Yeah, I feel like it's really, really tight between these 2. And I think my gut is to say the same thing as you. Not because I don't love Midsummer, but if I were to just go back to that immediate feeling and when I'm just sitting here thinking about it now, rehashing it, like Midsummer is incredibly close. It's incredibly close to being my favorite movie last year.
Yeah.
But just, I had such a good, like, ass kicking down with the patriarchy.
And it was your number 1 of that list.
It was.
Yeah.
And we've watched a lot of movies this year. And again, like I said, a lot of them I had seen.
Yeah, and that just goes to show you how good it was. If it survived all the way from like March or April when we watched that.
Maybe we just need to watch better movies. I don't know. But, you know, we've watched some stinkers, but we watched some incredible movies too. And as far as like favorite, because it's so subjective, it's just really close between those 2. But I think Promising Young Woman just ekes it out, especially now that I've heard you say those things and you've like rehashed it in my brain. And I'm like, I was on the fence. I was thinking about it. I don't know.
I convinced her.
But yeah, I think if I were going to pick of all 81 movies, guys,
Oh, that's
that
a lot.
we watched
That's a lot.
last year. That's the one I would probably take.
Well, fair enough. Betsy, that's the end. We're done. That's 6 categories about the 2021 movies that we have covered on this here podcast, Never Seen It. We want to thank you, all of you, for listening all this time, for writing in, for supporting us, for sharing it, for doing all the things.
We look forward to whatever nonsense we come up with this year.
Yep.
It's almost Oscar season again. We'll
Yep.
see if anything survives 2022 from that time of year all the way till the next time we do one of these.
Yeah,
We'll see.
right.
But I think we've got a lot of fun stuff planned in between, too.
Yeah, and I think like we've already got a start on the new Oscar season. We've got some other fun things planned for the upcoming year. Some series ideas that we've had kind of kicking around for a while. This one just kind of came out of nowhere, just because hey, we're sick, and we didn't really want to do a long episode about a movie because that takes effort, and we don't know how long we're going to be taking on this next one. But Betsy, I want to thank you for being my co-host this year.
Oh, thanks, Trent.
And
Thanks for finally succumbing to my stupid whim and doing a podcast.
Yes,
It's a lot more work for you than for me.
it's true. I get to edit all this stuff. But yes, again, thank you very much for listening all this time.
Go watch these movies.
It's been so much fun just doing the podcast and reading all your emails and just
getting your messages.
sitting here at this damn table twice a week. It's so much fun. I'm glad that we're doing this. So if you want to reach out to us, our email address is neverseenitpod@gmail.com. Follow us on Twitter, neverseenit_pod. And if you want to just send this out to your friends, to your family, to your enemies, I don't care. Just let them know who we are, what we're about, and I think they'll enjoy it.
Ditto.
All right, that's the end of the show, Betsy. Thanks again. We'll be back next time with another episode where we're actually watching a movie. Because, that's what we do on this podcast when we're not giving out awards.
There will be no awards.
Also, yes, there's no awards.
Don't expect it.
If you made any of these movies and they won, do not expect an award coming to you by mail or by any other means.
No certificates.
Nothing.
No trophies.
Nothing.
It is a high honor, an important award.
Accolades is all you get from us. But, yes, that's the end of the show, Betsy. Thank you very much. My name is Trent.
I'm Betsy.
And we'll see you next time.
Bye, guys.